Hey, greetings, greetings. It is Technicolor Priestess here, and I wanted to talk about something that's been coming up a lot. I'm really excited about this, all fired up to be coming at you today. For those of you who don't know, I call myself a style alchemist. So basically I help badass, unconventional, avant-garde light workers and artists and entrepreneurs to totally express themselves from the inside out through what they wear, through their energy, so that they can start showing up like the iconic visionaries that they are, so that they can feel and be iconic to the core in their lives and in their businesses, in their art, right? So this is something that I kind of throw around a lot, right? I say, I really believe that everyone is an icon. There's an icon in everyone. My version is Technicolor Priestess, right? There's an icon in all of us. We are all iconic if we allow ourselves to be who we really are meant to be, right? And it's come up recently quite a bit that, some people maybe are having a little trouble or just not really resonating or not understanding, I guess, we all have our own interpretations, I guess, of the connotations of the word iconic, right? So I wanted to share with you 3 common misconceptions, right, that I've noticed that have been coming up, and how, the way I work with the word iconic, with the energy of it. We're going to dispel those misconceptions right now, those myths right here and now. Okay, so the first misconception that comes up a lot, this is a huge one, is that in order to be iconic, right, it means you have to be all glammed out and gussied up. You have to be, right, you have to wear gigantic heels, you have to be all you have to be totally done up, you have to be wearing glitter and sequins and be totally girly, or, maybe very classic and chic and, right, all totally polished and, right? So what I want to tell you is that this is so not true, okay? There is a very common sort of theme happening, right, all over our coaching world and in so much of media, right, that shows us that when people are famous and when they've achieved a certain level of success, they dress a certain way, right? There's one way to do it. So it's luxury brands, and it's those gigantic, the Louboutins, and it's designer brand, just all these different things, right? The sort of jet set look, and it really is done in one way, okay? So what I'm here to tell you is that I believe that when you are iconic, it is just about being in alignment with yourself. It's about not resisting who you are anymore, not resisting what you like, right? Not resisting the things that you think you shouldn't like because of maybe some beliefs that were instilled in you, or because of how you identify yourself, right? Because so many times we reject the things that we're actually attracted to, and it can create so much resistance, right? Instead of just letting ourselves accept what we like, we resist it. So if you do like the stilettos and the heels and, the stilettos and being all done up and being perfectly polished and maybe pink and all these things, then own the shit out of that, right? If that is really what calls you and you love that, then do it. Maybe you've been attracted to it all along and you haven't given yourself permission to do it. So I would cordially invite you to do that shit if that's how iconic feels and looks to you and it feels in alignment. If that feels like the path of least resistance, if that feels like what you're drawn to do, then do that, right? But iconic can also be think about people like Patti Smith, right? Patti Smith, very simple, really old jeans, t-shirts, right? And she was totally iconic. She is memorable. She is etched in our brains, right? Think of Lauren Hutton. She wears, even now, in her beauty campaigns, freaking badass. She just wears tailored vests and stuff, cool boyfriend jeans, tennis shoes. She's not all gussied up, okay? I mean, I can think of so many more examples. I wrote a couple there. Grace Jones. I mean, she was totally gender fluid, right? She didn't adhere to any of the rules. She just rolled up however the hell she wanted to, right? So it's all about defining what iconic means to you, and even not defining it, but just allowing yourself to like what you like and to embrace the shit out of it and to own it, and to not have to have the guts to just express however that looks. So for example, maybe you've been in countercultures, or you've been extra rebellious your whole life, but you're actually attracted to something really polished and sleek, and you've never allowed yourself to do that. do it. Like, you can still be intelligent and amazing and you, right? And even more you if you are dressing in these different ways, because we're always evolving and changing, okay? So just really allow yourself to like what you like and just go for it and play and experiment. And I guarantee you, you'll just feel so much better. It's so much easier to go with our flow than to continue resisting and bucking and pushing away from it to try to adhere to some like fucked up rules that we've created for ourselves. Holla if you hear me. Okay, so that's the first misconception, right? So you don't have to be all gussied up. You don't have to be all like glammed out if you don't want to be. If that again, if you've been resisting it and you are attracted to it, then give yourself the opportunity to give it a taste, okay? To try it out, okay? The second common misconception is that being iconic, right? If you want to be iconic, you've got to invest a shit ton of money. You've got to get rid of all your clothes. You have to buy a whole new wardrobe. It has to be expensive stuff, right? It can only, like, it's going to be a lot of work, right? It's going to be a lot of work and it's going to be expensive at that, right? Okay, can we take a deep breath on that one? Not true. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Okay, so it's not true. You don't have to invest a shit ton of money, okay? So what you can do instead is go in and play in your closet. Go in and experiment. Go in and feel into what you have, and instead of using your brain to tell you this adheres to our rules, no, this does not, like, stop thinking about it and just play and feel into it and see what actually feels exciting to wear, and then get more of that. And if it happens to come from whatever, from Ross or from the thrift store or whatever, or you get hand-me-downs and you know, feel into those to see how they feel and what you like and what you don't like, then do that, okay? You can still look, it's about being high vibe. It's not about looking a certain way. It's not about looking like a celebrity. It's not about looking like it's all expensive, right? If you are in alignment, again, if you go toward what is your nature and you dress in that way, even if it's jeans and tennis shoes and a shirt, you know, just a plain shirt, if it feels good to you and you're in alignment wearing it, then your vibration is going to go way up, and that's what matters most. That's where people are actually going to be able to see you, and you're going to feel most like yourself. And again, you don't have to invest a lot. It can be simple little tweaks to your wardrobe. It can be accessories maybe that you bring in, or something that maybe you've liked all along that you haven't allowed yourself to bring on in. That can be one of your signature pieces, right? Maybe a certain kind of bag, or like I love the shit out of these guys, right? I feel like this is one of my signature things. So even if I'm wearing something really pretty, you know, commonplace, this is gonna elevate it to an iconic level for me, okay? Yes, I have reminders right on my hand. So there you go. So that's number 2. It does not have to be expensive. This is a limiting belief. It's an excuse to not allow yourself to go there. Boom, I said it, okay? Number 3 is that being an icon, like being iconic, being an icon is far away. It's inaccessible. It's only available to a privileged few. Nope, nope, and nope. Okay, so if you think about, you know, we've all heard, like, if you want to bring something into your life, right, you have to start being the woman. You have to act like the woman. You have to think like the woman, and you can start dressing like that woman or man as well too right now. And again, it's not about, you know, having it to be designer or anything like that. You can start right now dressing how you would, right? Acting as if you already had everything you desire. So think about, how would I dress today if I already achieved all my goals? And this is where the quantum style part comes in that I also talk about, right? If I already had everything I desired for this year, if I already like freaking made all my goals and I felt successful and I had so much freaking moolah in the bank, how would I dress today? How would I want to feel, right? And using what you have, you go in and you start dressing that way. So that means you're starting to tap into that iconic energy of yourself now, okay? So it doesn't have to be far away. And while you do that, you're starting to bridge the gap, right? You don't, like, you can have your own cool quirks and your own cool thing and your own signature look without it being like this whole elaborate thing, without it needing to be a gigantic overhaul, okay? And also, baby steps count. So even if you're doing that shit little by little, it's all going to start accumulating, and that's ultimately what brings major change, okay? So To recap again, the 3 huge misconceptions and the 3 maybe excuses that are keeping you from being iconic right now is 1, that you have to be all glammed out and gussied up. Not true. You can do it on your terms. You're a rebel. You're a fucking badass. You do it however you do it. That's it. Number 2 is that it's a huge money investment. Nope. Use what you have. Invest in maybe some pieces, whatever that you feel need to be brought in, but make the most of what you have. You definitely have more in your closet than you think you do. So play dress up, experiment, just get silly with your clothes and see what other amazing outfits you can come up with. And number 3 is that it's far away, it's inaccessible, it's only, available to a certain privileged few. Fuck that shit. You're an icon, so just embrace that. Give yourself permission to be that and just start showing up like that now. Okay? So I'm sending you so many iconic glitter bombs of love, and leave me your comments. Which one of these, did resonated most with you, and where do you need most help in becoming your icon? Okay? All right. This is Technicolor Priestess signing right off. Bye-bye.